I want to talk about the map tools. So what I've got here is a list of the routes that we loaded and imported. Notice that we've got one there that's dated the 5th of May, one there that's dated the 6th of May, and that's as a result of putting the start date on, or the date of the trip on the route itself. Just, sorry, you can't see that, just there, by entering the date there. So as a result of doing that I think I showed you in the last video, was the camera gone? There's the camera. The list of routes has organised itself into date order for the ones that it can. There's some further down that are unscheduled. And then at the bottom of the list, you'd have the ones that were stored on the SD card. They always appear at the bottom. Right, I'm going to load this one up. Notice we've got the flags for the via points and the dots for the shaping points. And we can look at the map and see the same thing, flags and dots to show where the various shaping points and via points are. I'm going to click on Go, and we always select the one at the top. Don't get trapped by that little error. And it's calculating the route now because I'm in West Yorkshire, 100 and odd miles south of Edinburgh, and you can see it's calculated the route all the way up the M6 up to the start of the route in Edinburgh. And I'm going to click Start, and what I'm particularly interested in is the little tool here. Yours is a spanner, but it shows the list of map tools that are available, and the ones that I'm interested in are the trip data and the skip tool. And if it's possible, you could do with having those two on your Zumo 3, whatever it is, 390, I forgot what it is, 396. Now, how do you get them? Well, on, just a minute, I'm going to pause. I lost it for a minute. An extract from the manual for your Zumo says, viewing the map tool, select the spanner. Well, that is where my 3-bar menu is. I've shifted the camera a bit. And it then says to enable the map tools, select the spanner and then the cog. Well, I don't have that, but it does say select the checkbox next to each tool to add it to the display. So on mine, let me just correct this. I click on there. No, I don't. You click on there and then you click the cog. I have to go back here to the settings, and I get mine from the map and vehicle and select map tools from there. And I think that would be the same list that you've seen. And when I got mine, the skip tool, which is there, didn't have a tick alongside it, and the trip data didn't have a tick alongside it. So if you can find those, now I believe that the skip tool might be called something else on yours, because skip was only introduced with the 590, and then only as an afterthought. It was one of the upgrades to the software. On the 595 they did something else, and on the 396, I've remembered what it's called now, on the 396 they might have called it something else. But if you can find something on there to ignore the next destination, or possibly they've put it in the change route, I don't know. Somewhere there must be a facility for skipping. So we cancel that. You make sure that they're ticked, so that when you go to the map, click on your spanner, then you can see the trip data and you can see the skip tool. Click on the trip data and you get this display down the side. And notice it shows you the distance to the next via point. These are all configurable. You can click on that's these three, 1, 2, 3, plus that one, which is always displayed on the screen, whether those 3 trip data items are displayed or not. That one's always there, but that is configurable. You can click on one of them and you can choose one of the other options, so say arrival time. Okay. The via point is really quite useful because I like to have via points at the start, obviously, mid-morning break, lunchtime, and afternoon break, so that Lynn on the pillion can look over my shoulder and she can see how far it is we've got before the next stop. It's always so useful to have them there, because when you first say go, where to, apps, trip planner, choose a route, and you say go, it's only the via points that are listed in that list. The shaping points, there are two of them between Pall Mall and Edinburgh. Shaping points aren't listed, but via points are. The skip tool, if we've got a route going, is calculating the route from West Yorkshire to Edinburgh again. Won't take it long. The skip point allows you to miss a point out, or tell the sat-nav to miss a point out. So it's telling me that the via distance is 196 miles. If I say skip, then what it's going to do is to skip out the start point. It's recalculating the route, and it's taking a bit of time because it's now going to be more than 196 miles. 238 miles now. So it's now skipped to the first shaping point. Skip again. It's going to calculate the route to the second shaping point, missing out the start and the first shaping point, and so it goes on. How does it calculate the route? It uses its own internal routing preferences, and those I think you still need to set up by going, by going to settings, map and vehicle preferences, navigation, off-route calculation, whether you want it automatic or not, avoidances, custom avoidances, calculation time, faster curvy roads. I put it on faster time. It's a lot more predictable on faster time, and that's what you've got set up in the in Basecamp. So you go through all of those and see what things you can set that are the same as on Basecamp, to make them the same as on Basecamp. There's not many of them, there's only 2 or 3 that you can set to be the same, but if they are the same, then the results will be somewhat similar should the sat-nav need to recalculate. And that's it.